Hey, this is Reuven, and welcome back to my video explainer of the Python standard library. We are still looking at lists. And let's say I have a list here, my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I want to copy this list. So don't think that you can say x equals my list. That is not a copy of the list. That is another reference to the same list. And so basically now if I say my list of 2 equals 999, yeah, we'll see it in my list, but we're also going to see it in x. If I want to copy a list, I actually want to get, well, a copy of the elements. I want it to be equal to the original list, but not actually be the original list. And right now if I say my list equals x, yeah, they are equal to each other. That is to say the elements are equal, but I can say my list is x, and that means that those two names are pointing to the same thing. They are identical. They're two names to the identical list. So if I say now my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, how can I copy it? Well, one way is to say x equals my list from beginning to end. Look what I'm doing here. I'm doing a slice from the beginning to the end. And now if I say my list equals x, yeah, they are equal to each other. But my list is x? No, they are not. They are different, separate objects. And so now if I change something, if I say my list of 4 equals 888, my list has changed and x has not changed. So that's great. But this slice syntax is a little hard for many people to understand. So starting with a recent version of Python, you now have a copy method. So if I say my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I can say now x equals my list dot copy. And now my list equals x. Yeah, they're equal. My list is x. The answer is no, they are not. And if I do help on, help on, I need some help here, list.copy, we will see that all it does is return a shallow copy of the list. What's a shallow copy of the list? Is it one without great personal insights? No, it is not. So let's talk about this a little bit. If I say my list equals, and now let's make a list of lists here. So I'm going to say here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and so now I say x equals my list dot copy. So is my list equal x? Yes, the elements are equal. My list is x. They are different. So what is this shallow copy business? Well, if I say my list of 0, that is that first interior list. And what if I say my list 0, append of, let's call it 2.5. So now my list looks like this. And guess what? X also looks like this. Wait. I don't understand. How can this be? I thought we said that we were copying the elements of my list to x. That's just the case. Basically what happened was we created a copy of my list. We created a new list. X is indeed a new list, but its elements are the same elements as we had in my list. That is to say, you can think of doing this. I can say x equals nothing. I can say for one element in my list, x append one element. Now, if these elements are integers, which are immutable, then who cares? The fact that both x and my list have the same object in them at the same index doesn't really matter. But if they are mutable objects, like lists or dictionaries or sets, then basically what we have now is, well, watch this. Actually, let's do it a slightly different way. I say my list equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to say x equals my list dot copy. So we know, once again, my list equals x, true. My list is x is false. But my list 0 equals x0, yeah, that's true. My list 0 is x0 is true. That's what's going on here. We're basically, x and my list are separate lists, but x0 and my list 0 point to the same object. x1, my list 1 point to the same object. Meaning, basically, if you change one of them, you're changing the other. How do you get out of this mess? Well, we'll talk about it more when we get to the copy module in the standard library, but I'll give you a sneak peek. If I say here import copy, and I say copy.deep copy of my list, let's say x equals that. Now what it's going to do is go through each element and also copy each interior element. So now if we look at x, we can see that. Is x equal to my list? Yes, it is. X is my list. The answer is no. X of 0 is my list 0. Answer is, it still is. Haha. So now if I say here x of 0 append, well, let's just say here x and my list. So now if I say x of 0 append 2.5. Oh, wait. Oh, but of course, these are integers. Ha, that's not what I want to show you. So now if I say my list equals, I knew there was something going wrong here. 1, 2. Because integers, basically, who cares? They're immutable. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if I say x equals my list, copy, deep copy of my list. Now it'll work better. Because now what we can do is say my list equal x, true. My list is x, false. My list 0 is x0, false. So basically my list 0 is this list, x0 is this list, and they are equal, but they're not identical. So to summarize, you want to copy a list into another list, that's totally fine. You can use the slice syntax. You can use the .copy method, which is new, I think, as of Python 3.7. But realize that it is a shallow copy, meaning if you have mutable data inside of your list, then it will be, copy will actually copy the reference, not the object. And so you want to use the copy dot deep copy. Boy, that's quite a tongue twister. Copy dot deep copy to take care of that. All right, that's it for this part of my Python Standard Library video explainer. Subscribe and you'll get lots more videos coming soon. And I will see you soon. And please leave comments and tell your friends about this video series.